First of all, we open Excel and click on Blank Workbook. Now we opened and created an empty workbook, and the workbook is like the basic document in Excel. In your workbook you have different worksheets. So right now we have one here, but we could also create multiple ones. First of all, we want to save our workbook. We can go to File and Save. And now our workbook is saved. It is important to do this after opening your workbook, because after saving it the first time, Excel will do a auto-saving, which means that every 10 minutes it does an automatic saving of your data. So in case your laptop crashes, your data is protected and you could reopen the file after the crash when you start Excel the next time. So what are these sheets? They are called spreadsheet or worksheet. A worksheet is like a page of your whole workbook, and your worksheet consists of cells. These are own individual cells. You can see when you click on a cell, it gets highlighted. So this is your active cell, the one you are currently editing. So the general concept of Excel is to store and manipulate data. And so Excel is a great application if you want to do calculations, data analysis, or charts. If you ask why you should use Excel, it is because Excel makes working with data easier. First of all, there's a good communication between other Office programs like Word or Access. So if you create a chart in Excel, you could easily implement it into Word or even PowerPoint. And also if you want to gather and analyze and maybe filter data, Excel is a really good tool to do that. So like in the other Office programs, we have a ribbon menu structure. So first of all, we have the Home tab, where we can find the functions we probably need the most while working with Excel. We have copy and paste right here. We have the font group, where we can design our font, the alignment group, numbers, where we can put like currencies or commas or percentages. We also have the styles group, where we could format our cells. For example, we could highlight cells that are filled with numbers that are greater than 5 or something. Also, you could insert and delete cells, and here you also have a editing group. So in the Insert tab, you can insert different types of data into your spreadsheet. In the Page Layout tab, we can of course design the layout. Also in the Sheet options, you have the grid lines, and you could either show or not show them, but you can also show print lines, so you can see where the lines for an A4 format would be in case you want to print your data. In the Formula tab, you have like a library of all formulas Excel has to offer to you. So you have your library here, and you have the formulas sorted into different groups, like financial or logical, and you could just choose the ones you want to use, and Excel will automatically process them afterwards. But you could also go to Insert function and then search for the function that you need. For example, sum. And now I see the sum formula that Excel suggested to me. In the Data tab, you can import data, sort it, remove duplicates. In general, you have different functions to provide data. For sorting and filtering, we will have a different video. But for example, if you had to remove duplicates, you could do that here. If you want to make only specific options available for your data, you could also do that there. And in your Review tab, you have spelling correction and, for example, translations. But most importantly, you can protect your sheets with a password. In the View tab, you could just select the view that you want, but the standard normal view is the one that is probably the most useful. And in the end, you have the Help tab, where you can always get help, but also in this search bar, you could always search for what you want to do or some formulas or anything, and it will just show. And now we get the formula for a sum.